quick throw. Higgins inside the 10. Higgins in the end zone. And a Cincinnati lead.
Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. My name is Atlas, and I'm filling in for the sick of the bullshit Steve this week with my favorite bearded baldy, Gage Ryan. If you like the content and you want to support the channel, hit up patreon.com/5SMU. There's a lot to go over in this battle of the unks, so let's stop wasting time and get it started with the main man himself. Take it away, Gage.
Yep, we are back at it again, my friends. In my opinion, this game was over the second since he traded for Flacco. Let's start it off the way we always do, 3rd and long. And holy shit, Aaron Rodgers still has an arm. He's definitely the best quarterback we've had since pre-injury Ben, and that might say more about us than it does about Aaron, but hey, you take your wins where you can get them in the Steel City. 3rd and 6, Aaron looking like prime Ben, buying time, directing traffic, and is Johnny Smith the greatest tight end of all time? As far as defense goes, am I the only one that's actually more worried of us giving up 3rd and long than I am 3rd and short? Like, we give up these comically large chunk plays on 3rd and 4th down, almost weekly at this point. It might be a sign people have figured your shit out and you should adjust, Mr. Tomlin. And again, oh wait, we actually stopped that one. Well, that's nice. You remember I mentioned being more worried defensively about long yardage situations? Along the same lines, is anyone comfortable when we have a lead? Like, ever.
There will be plenty of time to be comfortable when we're watching the real football teams play in the playoffs from Cancun in January, but until then, Jonnu Smith is slowly becoming my favorite tight end, and Aaron Rodgers is galloping like a moose looking like Josh Allen's great-great-grandfather. As much as I'd like to call him an old bark-eating hag, this guy is actually making plays that will almost certainly extend Mike Tomlin's head coaching career in Pittsburgh another 30 years minimum. Make sure you bring up that point to the next person who says they don't want to see Mason Rudolph take a snap this season. Get used to me calling Mike Tomlin a horrible head coach. It's kind of what I do. Chris Boswell woke up this morning. Enough said. With Mike Tomlin as our head coach, surely we can maintain this 10-point lead for the rest of the game. And holy fuck, that guy just got evaporated before my very eyes. But you already know, since Terrell Austin is our defensive coordinator, we can't have shit. And you knew that it was a lost cause the moment the down distance became double digits. Follow it up with awful tackling, a non-existent run defense despite all these guys making generational wealth, and snap back to reality Steelers Nation. This is our team, and we can never have a good defense and offense at the same time. No, Mike, 70-year-old Jalen Ramsey cannot guard the best receiver in the NFL on an island. Maybe let's not give up a touchdown before we figure that out. But it's only the second quarter, so surely we adjust and not try to guard this guy like it fucking hurts for the rest of the game. The one bright spot about a miserable defensive series is we get to watch this simmering hot Steelers offense go back at work and, well, either my eyes deceived me or this motherfucker is throwing it up to David's girlfriend. Dog, what in the holy fuck are you throwing? Well, maybe that shitty-ass throw was enough time for our defense to figure it out and, wow, the Bengals' god-awful rushing attack just magically works against us. What a shocker. Okay, well, if anything, at least we've been able to completely keep T. Higgins under wraps. I haven't even heard his name all night, and you've got to actually be blowing my cock. Welp, our 2-score lead has blown away in the wind, and I've broken my TV and ruined my son's birthday party. But just so you know, Mike Tomlin is a father and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. When it literally could not get any worse, the strongest receiver in the NFL somehow has the ball literally torn away from his hands, and Cincinnati would add another 3 before halftime to score 17 points in one single quarter. Great work, guys. Now, with the halftime break feeling more like the sweet release of death, spend $4 or $7 a month to help pay me Engage so we can continue to make this content for you. You'll gain access to the Discord where you can chat with all of us, and you can support a show that literally makes no ad revenue from YouTube whatsoever. Now roll the game, Gage.
Back to the defense, or in other words, watching the opposing team get checkdowns and easy runs over and over. We eventually stop them in the red zone, but man, I don't know how confident you could possibly feel about this defense when the 31st ranked rushing attack and Joe Flacco are making it look this easy. By the way, enough of the Terrell Austin discourse. This is Mike Tomlin's defense, point blank, period, and anyone asserting otherwise is crazy. On the bright side, we have the Aqua Teen Hunger Force meatball Jalen Warren. Guy seriously makes it look so easy weaving through traffic. Did we just convert a 3rd and long by doing something that wasn't launching it 30 yards deep and hoping for the best. Third and forever, but it's the Bengals' biggest weakness, that professional quarterback type shit. The Muth man is officially out of the Aaron Rodgers doghouse. Thank God, the guy's too good. Third and 4, our defense decides to mix it up. Rather than giving up an infuriating 5 or 6 yards, they just decide to give up the entire side of the field in one fell swoop. This is actually just a great throw and great execution, but I'm still heated about it. Third and goal, and to be honest, there was never a doubt, was there? And it wasn't some great play made by anyone in particular. It was just the same things we get burned by every week, every season, every year, over and over until you go completely numb.
One person who doesn't go numb whatsoever is the electric solar-powered rock-hard supersonic sweet and sour superfly chicken thigh, having sex with a guy extra cheese with a side of fries, meatball Jalen Warren, who just never runs out of splash plays, does he? The last time I made one of these videos, I remember I saw a comment saying that some of my takes were a little more homoerotic than what they were generally comfortable with, so I low-key had to slip something in there somewhere, no pun intended. Oh hey, would you look at that? Another Pat Freiermuth catch. And it must be Christmas because 2 straight plays to Darnell Washington, one of them being a touchdown, puts the Steelers only down by 3 with lots of time left in the fourth. All for all of his aura to leave his body as he hits the 6-7 celebration in front of all of America. Interesting take from Gage about Terrell Austin. I personally have fun insulting them both because I think that they both suck ass. Anyone remember when we had Brian Flores coaching up our linebackers? We're such a silly organization. Noah Fant, who I had forgotten even existed prior to this game, ruins my entire life, similarly to Patrick Queen, who has contributed all to the run defense's improvement since showing up as he misses a tackle on Jamar Chase, who takes it just past the 25. Joe Flacco hits Chase on a crosser which gets dropped, causing him to make this goofy-ass face, and the Bengals tack on another field goal to make it a touchdown game. And from this point on, I'm just wondering how we're going to win this game without playing defense. Spoiler, we don't. But 2 3-and-outs from both teams and 4 minutes of game time later, we get to witness
5-star.
Damn, I really wish we didn't get dog-walked by Joe Flacco, or else this play would have mattered.
play of the game.
Rodgers avoids the sack. Deep downfield, caught at the 35-yard line, and going all the way to the end zone is Freiermuth.
I'm not going to lie. Pat Freiermuth has been one of those players to me that I've been super critical of. It honestly feels like every single time I talk about how useless a player is to have on the roster, they always end up having a career game the day after I say it. I've noticed this pattern with Alex Highsmith about 400 times, so it's nice to see Pat prove me wrong, even in a losing effort. And ever since Ben's retirement, losing has been our specialty. Once upon a time, we used to have so many playmakers on the team that in situations like this, you just knew that someone on the defense would step up and make a play to end the game. But those days are long gone, and we just have to sit and watch as our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers get dink and dunked down the field on slants, outs, and curls that the most expensive defense in the NFL cannot guard for some reason. So the Bengals drive down the field and kick the game-winning field goal, and us as Steelers fans are somehow meant to believe that this team is capable of winning more than 10 games and making it past the first round. I say not with this coach, but what do I know? I guess this is my Steelers privilege talking. I have yet to be proven wrong, but hopefully this is the year. Here we go. And if you're still here, you should really go to the Patreon and do the Patreon thing. Patreon, money, money, money. Go now. No, seriously, leave. Gage and I haven't eaten in weeks. We're so hungry, please feed us. Go now.